All right. What's up? What's good? What's going on? Welcome to the War Zone once again. Here we are with UFC Fight Night Paris. Ciryl Gane versus Tuivasa. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do some predictions and breakdowns of each and every fight, starting with the early prelims, working our way all the way up to the main card. So, let's not waste any time and let's get into it. First up in the men's featherweight division, we have Ricardo Ramos against Dan Henry. So, when I'm looking at these two fighters, Ricardo Ramos, very good, dangerous fighter, good grappling. This guy's got very slick BJJ, spinning attacks. And I love the guy's speed and his transitioning on the ground. This guy is a very dangerous guy on the ground, man, and very calculated on the ground. Dan Henry is he's been on a 2-year layoff, and he was on a 2-fight losing skid. But I like his striking. He's got great footwork and volume. But he has suspect takedown defense. He's going to be the taller fighter here with a 1-inch reach advantage. But I just think Ramos's game is just too well-rounded. I think it's safe. A safe bet is for Ramos. Definitely a parlay pick. So I expect Ramos to win this fight by decision, but we could see a submission in this fight. I wouldn't rule that out, but I'm going to go with Ramos by decision. Next up in the men's middleweight division, we have Nassourdine Imavov against Joaquin Buckley. This is a good fight, people. This is a really, really, really good fight. Nassourdine Imavov, this guy's got great cardio. He can grapple. He can strike. Great counter puncher. And I love the stiff jab that this guy has. He's got very, very slick elbows. He mixes it up well, man. He has a 6-inch height advantage in this one, man. 4-inch height advantage, my fault. Joaquin Buckley has a 1-inch reach advantage, though. Now, Joaquin Buckley, man, he's definitely a live dog in this, man. He is the underdog in this, man. This guy's got power. He's got grappling. He's very explosive. He's fighting smarter now from angles. And this guy's got a vicious body attack, man. Very patient as of late. And he's just a dangerous guy to be in the ring with. I'm going to go with Joaquin Buckley, man, as the live dog to get the upset here, man. So, yeah, I got Joaquin Buckley, man. And I think he lands enough significant strikes to pull out a decision win in this one. Next up in the men's lightweight division, we've got Benoit Saint-Denis against Gabriel Miranda. So, Benoit Saint-Denis. This guy can wrestle. He's got great ground control and ground and pound. He is hittable, but this guy is a definite sub-threat, man. And I just think he's the better fighter, MMA fighter all the way around, because he has more tools and more ways to win. Gabe Miranda is very dangerous in BJJ as well. He's one of those guys who's content with fighting off his back. He can grapple, but he's one of those submission or bust guys. Throws very low volume in striking, but he's just dangerous on the ground. I think Saint-Denis, man, if he's smart here, man, he's gonna keep this fight on the feet, man, and I just believe that he will. I mean, if his corner's got any sense and he himself has any sense, that's what he'll do. I think he's a safe bet here, Benoit Saint-Denis. I think he gets it done, and I think he gets it done by decision, because Gabe Miranda's a very, very tough guy. So, Benoit Saint-Denis, man. All right, next up, we've got women's featherweight division. We've got Zarah Fairn against Ailin Perez. So Zarah Fairn, man, has she's on a 2-year layoff. Zarah Fairn is very rangy. She's a decent striker. Bad takedown defense. Terrible takedown defense. No ground game. Ailin Perez this is her debut. This girl is strong, well-rounded prospect. She utilizes her jab very well to press forward, and she is a grappling bully. I expect her to get this fight to the ground early. I think we can see a finish in this fight. I'm gonna call her a lock, man. A great parlay, man. I don't usually bet too on the women's fights too much, but I think Ailin Perez is a lock here. She's a great parlay piece, and I think she gets it done, man. And I think we might see a first or second round submission in this one. So Ailin Perez by sub. All right. Next up, in the men's featherweight division, we've got Charles Jourdain against Nathaniel Wood. Oh man, I tell you what, man, this is definitely probably fight of the night right here, man. I would, if I were you, man, I would probably put money on this being the fight of the night. If whatever app that you're on, if they permit this type of bet. But two great fighters here, man. Charles Jourdain is a come forward striker. He's got a great chin. This guy's got great combinations. He can bang. He loves spinning and flying attacks. He lost to Burgos, and because of Burgos' grappling, but I clearly thought Jourdain, that fight was a lot closer. I think that, wow, he had some really, really good moments in that fight where he had Burgos hurt pretty well. I thought the fight could have won either way, but I guess because of the grappling, they gave the decision to Burgos. Nate Wood is a striker. He's got power. This guy can grapple. He's strong. He's got vicious elbows. He's a sub threat. He throws big volume, and I just give him Nathaniel Wood the power and the grappling edge, man. I think it's going to be a lot more like the Shane Burgos fight, but I think Nathaniel Wood has better cardio, and I think he's just going to be busier. And Nathaniel Woods is one of those guys, man. You hit Nathaniel Woods, he's coming back for some get back. So I'm going to take Nathaniel Wood to pull it out. By a split decision. So Nathaniel Wood by decision. All right, next up in the men's bantamweight division, we have Taylor Lapilus against Khalid Taha. So Taylor Lapilus, man, this guy's a kickboxer. He has great footwork. He has great in and out movement. I love the way this guy gets in, throws his shots, man, and has the ability to counter on his way out. This guy has speed. He can counter, like I said, very well. He was 3-1 in the UFC, man. This guy was in the UFC once before. He had a 3-1 record before leaving, and he's been away for 5 years, and he's actually back. This guy, this won't be his debut. This guy has a history with the UFC. Khalid Taha, this guy is also a kickboxer, man. He's got decent power, speed. He loves to switch stances, very aggressive, but he's 1-5 in his last 6 fights. I think he has the edge in grappling in this one, and I think that's what he would have to do in order to win this fight, because I think Lapilus is just better than him on the feet. So I'm gonna go with Lapilus, man, by decision in this one, man. We could see a 29-28, but I'm giving the edge to Lapilus. It's kind of a tough one to really bet on, man. I kind of would stay away from this one, but yeah, I'm gonna take Lapilus by decision. All right, next up in the men's, we're going against Ziam is going against Michael Figlak. I'm not sure if this is on the card, people, but just in case it is, I'm going to do the I'm going to break it down anyway, but let's talk about these two guys, man. Ziam versus Michael Figlak. All right, Ziam, man, this guy's rangy, decent clinch game. He's got very, very good kicks, very dangerous elbows, very technical guy. I love his in and out technique, and I just think he has a technical advantage when it comes to this fight staying on the feet. Now, Michael Figlak, this is his debut. He's undefeated. He's a striker with power. He can grapple, very aggressive. He's a come forward fighter, and I think he's gonna definitely press the pace here. You know what, man? I don't usually do this, but I think I'm going to lean more towards the newcomer here. I'm gonna go with Michael Figlak because of his grappling and his aggressive style. I think Michael Figlak is going to wear Ziam down as the fight goes on, and I think he'll do that with his grappling. So I'm going to take Michael Figlak by decision in this one in his debut. All right. Next up in the men's, we got Dustin Stoltzfus against Abusupiyan Magomedov. Dustin Stoltzfus, man, we all know he did go on a 3-fight skid in the UFC before winning his last fight. Very aggressive striker. He's got power. He's got very good BJJ. Abusupiyan Magomedov, this is his debut. This guy, he's got power. He's pretty well-rounded striker. He knows how to pick his shots. He can wrestle. And you know, my question is, how's he gonna fare against a UFC fighter? The thing about it is that Stoltzfus is not very good at defending takedowns, and he doesn't do well against grapplers. And I don't know if he's gonna just really overwhelm this guy on the feet. I'm gonna go with Abusupiyan Magomedov, man. I think this fight will be close, but I'm gonna give the edge to Magomedov, man, in his debut, man. Here I am. I'm going out on a limb again. So I got Abusupiyan Magomedov by decision in that one. Next up, men's lightweight division. We've got Nasrat Hasparas against John McDessie. John McDessie, a technical striker. He's got really good leg kicks. But this guy, he's been inactive. He's been inactive, man. I like his footwork. I like his speed, but he's been very, very inactive, man. I don't think that I don't really know what to do, man. I mean, as far as I just can't with the inactivity, man, and I can't really have that much confidence in him. Nasrat Hasparas, good striker. I know more about this guy. He is on a 2-fight losing streak. However, he does throw volume. He has decent power. He can counter. It does tend to slow down as the fight goes on if he does get into any kind of grappling. But I'm giving him the edge, man, because I think he's got the more power. He's gonna land the more significant strikes, and I think that'll be the difference in this one. So I'm going with Nasrat Hasparas by decision 29-28. I would stay away from this fight though, as far as betting. So, all right. Next up, men's middleweight division. We've got Alessio Di Chirico against Roman Kopylov. This is a really, really tough fight too. This is a really close pick'em type of fight. Alessio Di Chirico, a very unpredictable striker. He keeps his opponents off balance with his just unorthodox attacks. I like his kicks, but I think his grappling is definitely the difference between these two fighters. And I think he's a better all-around MMA fighter, period. Just being able to mix it all up into one. Roman Kopylov is a kickboxer. He starts off very slow, throws very low volume, suspect takedown defense, man. He has no ground game. He does have power, and he's one of those fighters that tries to put it together in the later rounds. So that could work for him or against him if he happens to fall behind and need a KO to win. I'm picking Chirico, man, to win this one, man, by a close decision, man. This is a pick'em. I stay away from this, but yeah. I got Di Chirico in this one. All right, here we are, people, with the main event of the the co-main event of the evening. We've got middleweight division, Robert Whittaker against Marvin Vettori. Wow. Robert Whittaker, man, this guy, we all know Robert Whittaker, man, former champ. The only two losses that he's had in forever is against Israel Adesanya, and most people think that he did win the rematch. Very close fight. I mean, could have easily went his way. But anyway, this guy's a striker. He has just awesome kicks. He can grapple. He's got takedown. He's got decent takedown defense, man. He can scramble on the ground. And he's just a much better fighter than he was since he lost to Israel Adesanya the first time. He's a much better fighter. And he's faster. He's a faster fighter than Marvin Vettori. Marvin Vettori is this guy's got power. He's a big guy. He's looking to grapple. He's trying to get better in his striking. I just know that he is not in the class of a Robert Whittaker when it comes to overall game. So in order for him to win, Marvin Vettori, he's going to have to grapple in this fight to win. And I just don't think he's good enough as a grappler to control a Robert Whittaker on the ground. And his cardio is suspect. So I'm going with a lock with Robert Whittaker in this one, man. And I think he's an awesome parlay piece. And definite bet. I think you better get on Robert Whittaker now. But I think the odds will grow. Minus 240 right now. I think that's really good. I think they will grow as this fight gets closer. So Robert Whittaker, man. I think Robert Whittaker wins by unanimous decision in that one. All right. Next up, for the final fight of the night and the main event, we've got heavyweights. Ciryl Gane versus Tuivasa. Ciryl Gane, man, I mean, I like Tuivasa. This guy's got big power. He's got volume. He's got kicks. He's got a very, very good chin, man, and he's very tough. But I mean, Ciryl Gane has got to be a lock in this one. He's definitely a parlay piece also as well. He's at minus 625 right now. I know that's going to grow as this fight gets closer. Ciryl Gane, very technically sound, high volume guy. This guy, he can do it all, bro. He can grapple, he can kick. I was very surprised at how he got dominated in grappling by Francis Ngannou. I wasn't expecting that. But this guy gets in and out very well. He's better all around. Tuivasa is going to have a hard time catching up to him and connecting. And I just see him overextending and Ciryl Gane taking him to the ground and dominating him on the ground. We may see a stoppage in this fight in the in somewhere near the third round, early fourth round. So I'm going with Ciryl Gane by stoppage, man. I think he gets him down as Tuivasa slows down and grounds and pounds, man. So I got Ciryl Gane by late third round stoppage in this one. Well, people, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you coming through, man, and tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, man. And we're definitely going to be live, man. We'll be live here for this. Check us out on Tuesdays for the Contender Series. We'll be live as well. But once again, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And if anybody's interested in fantasy football, check out the link below in the description. It's the second link below in the description, man. Join this our fantasy league, man. We're looking for players, man. There's prizes and there's a reward and a prize for this fantasy league. So it won't be in vain, man, and it costs you nothing. So join up, man. Thanks again, people. With that, I'm out.